surprised that I have the opportunity to officiate this. An honor to be part of this big day for them. A surprise because as Travis's youth leader growing up, I was pretty sure I was going to strangle him. He was a young man of strong opinions and convictions, which he would share with you, whether or not you wanted to know what they were, and was very unyielding on those convictions, unless you were able to convince him that the God's Word said to change what he thought. And he always left himself open to God's will and God's design, and it has been an incredible honor for me to watch him grow from the teen that he was growing up to the man of God that he is now. It's been amazing. The first time I met Emily, she was introduced as Travis's girlfriend at church, and they immediately sat down in one of the pews and began a small sign language conversation about what they were going to have for lunch, or who was going to win the Kentucky Derby. I'm not really good at sign language, so I'm not sure what they were saying, but you didn't have to understand sign language to understand that these two people were very much in love. And we're here today to take that love to the next step, to the next step, as husband and wife. The Bible says that husbands are to love their wives as God loves the church. You may be seated. And how does Christ love the church? First, Christ saw as God that we were in need of help, of salvation, of His guidance and direction, of His sacrifice. And so, He was aware of the needs in our life. As a husband, it's going to be your job to be aware of your wife's needs, what she needs, and how you can be there for her in those times and situations. Christ wasn't there for us to serve Him. The scripture says Christ did not come to be served, but to serve and to give His life as a ransom for all. It wasn't about Him. He came and gave up all that He was in order that we could be saved from our sins. It's your job to give up your desires and passions and to look to the desires and passions of your wife. And finally, Christ gave His life, His all, His everything, so that we could have salvation and freedom from sin. You're going to have to give everything. Your job is to hold nothing back, to give your entire life to your wife. That sounds pretty good from Emily's standpoint. The Bible also says, wives, submit to your husband. This doesn't mean you give up all agency or participation in your marriage and just say, yes, dear, whatever you want, dear, right away, dear. In fact, as a husband, I find that's usually more my line. But instead, if Travis in this relationship represents Christ, then you in this relationship represent the church. Part of salvation is Christ did the work on the cross, died and took the punishment for our sins so that we could be free of the punishment that we deserve. But as people, we're responsible to accept that. We're responsible to give our lives to Christ. No more do it on my own, no more on myself by myself. Your responsibility is to give your life to your husband, to follow him, to do those things that would support him. This is the big step. Are you guys ready? Let's begin. Travis, do you, well, repeat after me. I, Travis Golden,
I, Travis Golden,
do take you, Emily England,
do take you, Emily England,
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to be my lawful wife,
to have and to hold,
have and to hold,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
for as long as we both shall live,
for as long as we both shall live.
till death do us part.
Till death do us part.
Emily, I, Emily England, do take you, Travis Golden, to be my lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, for better or for worse, health. For as long as we both shall live, till death do we part. Travis, you have a symbol of your unending love and commitment to Emily. I do. Place the ring on her finger. Emily, do you have a token of your unending love and commitment to Travis? Place the ring on his finger. So, in the sight of God and man, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Time, Mr. and Mrs. Travis Gold.
They want me to FaceTime them later.
I started crying.
I was struggling.
No, he didn't.
Your dad was crying.
I was holding my dad.
I was surprised your dad got the words out.
That was a lot of composing. Those were lessons. I did well.
You did, I did not.
I was following on mine. I know. I was like, do I smile? Am I serious?
I was like, Grace, can I borrow that?
Yeah. I was like, Mom slips me and she does it in the middle of the street. She goes, Grace. Is there water there?
Eli and Zach. Yeah, I sent them to guys.
Awesome. Jamie and
Yeah, I was looking at Tim when I came down and made eye contact with Tim, and I was like,
Yeah, Tim's here. Saw him on the way in.
So did I. I made eye contact.
They're not leaving yet, right?
Okay, so we're gonna do pictures.
They're over there. Yeah, it's just Lauren knows
Nothing to do, I did everything I was supposed to do.
I'm a sister-in-law.
Get time to meet you. Sounds good. You're over to see me.
That'd be good.
Probably will have the most important job, obviously.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm sweaty. We're trying to get everybody down there.
We're trying to wade through.
Waiting through.
Oh, yeah, we have the vessel. We're waiting for them.
I don't know what's happening.
We're moving.
We need to get shots. All right.
Introducing the bridal party. First we have Rachel Kneebone, escorted by Ryan Stubbe. Dana Robinson, escorted by Zach Bell. Taylor Weiss, escorted by Peter Folks. Grace England, escorted by best man number 1, Eli Hill. The maid of honor, Lauren Wright, escorted by best man number 2, Xavier Stewart. And make some noise and please welcome Mr. and Mrs. Travis Golden.
Mrs. Golden, the newest, asked me if I would say the blessing. And I was trying to think of something appropriate. And there was nothing appropriate. But I did look up Numbers chapter 6, verse 24, which is, I have a hard time public speaking. I never did. I used to be a song leader. I was a song leader for like 50 years. I could do anything that way. But these days I get emotional. Numbers 6:24 is the priestly blessing that Moses gave to Aaron, who gave to the people. You know, I forgot it. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Amen.
Let me bless the food. This time we'll start praying. Father, thank you for this day and for all of it you have done for us and given to us and blessed us with. We pray for the food, that you would continue to bless our bodies and strengthen us. Give us a great time of fellowship as we celebrate this wedding. For we ask in your name. Amen.
College is coming back with a vengeance right now.
I was hot when it was 60 degrees out. She's hot when it's 90 degrees out.
That's the camera.
It's all on camera now.
They forgot to go on the lunch.
Yeah, it was last minute.
And I looked, I saw the ribbons.
Oh, you lost the candle. Light What do you have?
Let me put this, keep that one in there. It's okay.
This is key footage here. You guys getting your meal.
I know. Okay, the Travis Bill Gerald thing too. That's fine.
What if someone actually something important?
Sorry, I don't have it memorized, so I'm gonna have to. Yeah, a few notes. Okay. So I just wanted to start by thanking you all for coming out. I know just from how close I am to Travis that it means the world to him that all of you come out. It means the world to Emily as well. So very happy to see all of you here. Those of you I know and those of you I don't. I'm just gonna start with ooh. So I just want to start with a few words about Travis. Travis is genuine, caring, and compassionate, and he's one of my best friends. But, you know, kind of like a cat, Travis has to be goaded into a few things. So just a few things that I can think of would be being friends with Eli, being friends with Peter, two groomsmen, might I add. Let's see, being my friend, yeah. And, yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to move. And so I'm very thankful that he has found someone who makes it so that he doesn't have to. You know, someone who really encourages the best of Travis, because that's definitely what Emily does for him. I've grown to learn so much about her in the 4 years that we've gone to school together, and I truly think that they are the best fit for each other, complement each other so well, and just watching their relationship inspires me to be a better friend and a better person, and I'm just so happy for both of you, so happy. Let's see, yeah. I'm so eager to see the life that you build together and that the places that God takes you. And here's to the Goldens. Travel-y ever after.
My name is Elijah Hale. I'm the second best man. And so I'm going to tell just a short story about when Travis and I met. Oh dear. There was a friend of ours, Cody, invited both of us separately to lunch, like just at school. And so we both get there, and then immediately Cody walks away and has like to go to class. So it's Travis and I sitting at a table together, never meeting before. And if you know either of us, we're both pretty quiet people at first. So it was probably 20 minutes of us eating lunch together at a table without a single word spoken. And we both walked away and separately thought to ourselves, never going to see that person again. And then, you know, fast forward 4 years and I'm second best man at his job. So since then, our friendship has grown so much, from like the boys' nights we'd have at Travis's house where we'd be playing video games and board games late into the hours of the night, to the numerous trips we've gone on where we always end up in a two-person tent with 3 or 4 people, real snuggled in with who knows how many rocks under us. Let's see, we've always ended up there. We have laughed together and we've cried together. We've been mad at each other, but at the end of the day, I know that we love each other. As we move apart, we won't see each other as much as I'd like, but I know that the bond we have cannot be broken by mere miles. As you transition into this next segment of your life, I know that you will flourish. It will be scary at times, but with Emily at your side, I know that you will be in safe hands. Emily, I know that you love Travis, and I'm so glad that you're spending the rest of your life with him. I can rest easy knowing that my boy is under your care. Mr. and Mrs. Golden, I love you both so much. Have a great time today, and have a great time tonight.
Alright, hi everyone. So if I cry, I'm sorry. I was already cheating. Okay, I have a script, so I'm going to read directly from it because I'm going to cry while I read it anyway. So hi everyone. How y'all doing today? You having fun? Yeah. Great. How's the food? Because I love barbecue, so that's good. Okay. So first of all, like Xavier, I'd like to thank all of you for joining the bride and the groom today. I know it means the world to them that you all could attend and celebrate the beginning of their marriage together, so applause to you guys. But yeah, so today's the day that Emily gets to feel just like her very own Disney princess. And if you don't know me, my name is Lauren, and I have the extreme privilege of being Emily's maid of honor as she stands next to the man of her dreams and gets married. Sits while you were standing before. Okay. So writing a maid of honor speech was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I did a lot of research, and apparently you're supposed to make your audience both cry and laugh within 4 to 8 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm terrible at public speaking, which you've probably gathered by now, so I usually pick one person to kind of stare down throughout the entire speech, so if that's you, I'm truly sorry. And yeah, and as Travis likes to point out, I'm not really that funny, so I prepared a few jokes for you all, as the youths like to call them, they're dad jokes in honor of Father's Day. So here goes. So did you hear about the 2 cell phones who got married? The reception was terrific. Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors?
Why?
Because if they had 4, it'd be a chicken sedan. So Mom asked Dad, "How do I look?" And Dad says, "With your eyes." And then, what's Beethoven's favorite fruit?
What?
A banana. Alright, make him laugh. Check, got it. Okay. On to the real stuff. So I met both the bride and the groom at Towson University in a campus ministry called Crew. Crew has this kind of like sub-ministry called Freshman Focus, where they try to get all the freshmen together to get to know one another, because when you get to college, you're kind of awkward. You don't really remember how to make friends, because you haven't really done it since kindergarten. So they have clubs for that now. Now, if you've heard Travis and Emily's story, you know that they actually met at a Freshman Focus event. But I'm going to rewind it back a semester to when Emily and I first met at the very first Freshman Focus event of our freshman year. And I lost my spot, so that's good. There we go. So the Freshman Focus leaders had prepared a minute to win it games to compete in. And after a while, there started to get some awkward silences because we all just kind of met, and someone asked, like, "Hey, someone want to put music on?" And Emily was the first one to say, like, "Yeah, I will." And I knew from the moment that Queen started playing from her phone that we would be best friends. And yeah, and so from there we just kind of got started talking, and we found out that we were both taking chemistry that semester. Not only were we just taking chemistry, but we also had the same professor and the same classroom, and also at the same time. So we were in the same class and we didn't even know. So fun stuff. And so I was walking into chemistry the next time around, and I sat down on my seat, and I got the first text that I ever got from Emily, and it said, "Turn around." And I was like, okay. So I turned around, and Emily's sitting right behind me. So it was just kind of funny, and even if you ask Emily to this day about how our friendship started, she'll say something along the lines of, "Yeah, she was the girl with the long arms that sat in front of me and asked a lot of questions." So we had a whole semester of movie nights, Disney jam sessions, and 2 a.m. chem homework fun. It was in this semester that I realized what a beautiful best friend that God had blessed me with. Emily has this innate ability to individually love others well. It's so quiet. Emily has this ability to individually love others well and brighten anyone's day with just a simple hug or a goofy comment. She has such a big heart, and I feel truly honored to have known her. Emily, I've only known you for 4 years, but it seems like we've been friends forever. Thank you for being the sister I never had and being an incredible friend. Words can't describe how much I love you. So I'd just like to thank Mr. and Mrs. England and the rest of the England family for bringing such an incredible, wonderful, goofy, caring, and compassionate woman into all of our lives. You can clap for that. And the story continues. And then one fateful day in the LA building, the freshman guys decided to grace us with their presence. And this day, Travis likes to call the beginning of the wife search. Little did he know. And I'll have you all know that up until this point, the only freshman guy that we knew actually existed was Eli. So it didn't take long for the guys to kind of dip out of the movie that we were watching and pull out their instruments, and slowly but surely all the ladies followed suit, and it was during this jam session that the love story really begins. Travis always says that the moment that Emily walked in, he remembers thinking she was the most beautiful woman that he had ever seen, and the rest, it seems, is history. Travis, I'll admit that over the past 3 years, there have been moments where I've been jealous that you were stealing my best friend from me. But today, as we celebrate your wedding, I recognize that you are her best friend too. And this is a title that I'm happy to give over to you today. You see, there was a time, and as Emily and I grew closer and closer, we would talk about weddings, and that Emily had already an entire Pinterest board dedicated to weddings and wedding dresses and all of those sorts of things. And I had hoped that one day she'd find a man who was as loyal and loving as she is to hold her heart. Someone who would help to highlight her strengths and support her in her weaknesses. Someone who would be bold for her and constantly push her to pursue Christ in new ways each day. I realized some time ago that the man I was hoping for was you. I've seen your love for Emily in many, many ways, and I think one of the biggest moments for me was watching you learn sign language to support her in her passion for the deaf community and deaf studies. Another was flying 850 miles just to surprise her for 3 days. And over the past 3 years, I've come to realize that there really couldn't be anyone more perfect for Emily than you. So thank you for holding my best friend's heart so lovingly. And at this time, I'd like to thank Candy and Wayne, and the entire Golden family for raising a man that we've all grown to know and love so dearly. So you can clap for them too. I'm almost done. The two of you have been such a blessing in my life and in all of our lives, and I'm sure everyone here can attest to how much the two of you have impacted each of us. As you both move to Wisconsin and leave me behind, cry. I wish you all the love and happiness in the world as you start this new adventure together. I love you both dearly. So through all the joy and the laughter, here's to your happily ever after. To Travis and Emily, everyone. Check. Yeah.
Just laugh and cry. Check.
Check. Do you want a copy?
the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, you're soul could never grow old, it's evergreen. Baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe it's all part of the plan. I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your hand on my beating heart. Thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are.
Okay, and now if Mr. England will come and dance with his daughter.
Can't sit there anymore.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, sure the warmth of your smile. More than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry nothing when you're not thinking where you're getting to. I hope you know somebody loves you and wants to say things to you. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you will forget, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you at. I hope you always forget and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake, and every gift more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything.
Okay. Time for the mother song.
Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten
Okay, and now we will open the dance floor for a little dancing.
Joe. Oh my God. Nope. You're not on that. Yeah, here you go. We're on the floor. I just need 8 more rounds to get my groove. Take off. That's for that. Going for gold. I don't need anything else.
They're weird. The real ABC plan is put on flip-flops.
Take off. I'll see you.
Good luck. Where is Orange?
Well, I also got 3 last time. I mean, granted, we got 3.
Basically, you strip away all like the luxury stuff on fire. It's a tiny little, yeah, go on motorboat.
One, 2, 3.
Good. All right, I'd like to open up pie now to everybody else to be down that end. So help yourself.
Emily, don't go anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, do it now. Do it now. Take a big table.
Look through it. I promise I had the idea before he told me about it. So you can look through it if people can call your friends and family.
Cute. Oh, hey. That's you.
So this is for you to take with you.
I'm not gonna read that right now. Oh, don't read that. Should be in the leaves. This is so cute. Oh man. Yes. These are so cute. They drew them pulling the wagon.
So
cute. This is so precious. Oh my gosh. It's the butter sock. Don't worry about it. It's a really good picture. I tried to face swap and it looks the most ugly of all things.